Now this illustration deals with switches controlling lighting outlets in accordance with 404.2 C as in car 1 and C2. Now before we really get into this illustration, I believe we should review the notes first. Now note 1 at the top of the illustration talks about the grounded neutral conductor, and it shall be permitted to be emitted from the switch enclosure if it enters the box through a raceway in accordance with 402.2C. So that means the raceway is large enough and can be, in other words, the raceway is large enough to pull the neutral in at a later date if it need be. Now note 2 says the grounded neutral conductor should be permitted to be emitted if it is a cable assembly entering the box through a framing cavity opening at the top or the bottom on the same floor where you'd have access. 404.2 C as in car 2. Now note 3 says for all 5 requirements not requiring the grounded conductor to be present at the switch location, see 404.2C1 through C5. Now, you should review these notes very carefully before you install switches today. Make sure that you're either under the main rule or one of the exceptions to the rule if it's present, but read the 3 notes and understand their meaning. Now, to the left it says wall, floor, or ceiling is unfinished on one side. Now you got access. So you don't need to pull that grounded neutral in there. Cable assemblies are run through framing members. And if you can't get to them later, then that'd be illegal. But you're open at the back, you can do that. So. And the grounded neutral conductor is being addressed here. And if you look at the raceway size, then notice if the conduit is large enough to pull the neutral in later, then I would not have to pull that in accordance with 404.2C1. And we do not have more than 3 current carrying conductors. So our table 310.15 C1 would not be applicable. And if we do not have any correction factors, then our table 310.15 B as in boy 1 would not be applicable. And so under the conditions you see, none of those problems for adjustment factors or correction factors are present here. So our figure 11-37 is illustrating switches controlling lighting loads when the neutral has to be brought to the switch or the neutral does not have to be brought to the switch in accordance with NEC 404.2 C1 and C2 as in car.